Nu, blin, nu nebūsim finālā, nu, loģiski, tas taču ir. Training intensities taču nada pārē. Bļā, lai sezona iet uz priekšu, un es gribu reku Bārdaino vinnēt. Es gribu tam Bārdainajam pa kaklu sadot, saprotat, cik. Tāpēc tas, bļā, drīz būs 17. NBA, un, bļā, es to 17. zipāšu. Bļā, es negribu pret John Wall spēlēt. Es nezinu, blin, varētu pret šito tekent kapāt jūras. Viss ir izplānots. Blin, varētu par šitiem te nabagiem, blin. Čista. Blin. Token es pēc šitiem nabagiem uzkapās. Pagā. Tagad var viens svarīgs šteļ. Regress. Sezona sākusies jau čalim regress jau. Tāpēc, ko es gribēju. Mr. Carter. Bļā. Labi. Darīs otrādākā veidā. Šita. Come on. Bļā, 4 dienas vēl. 4 dienas. Es šitā cirni nevaru 4 dienas treidot. Nu, Stevenson. Bet nu labi. Tas mūs neapturēs. Pēc tam dabūs. Apskatīsies. Neko. Neko nevar dabūt. Jo, vecīt.
Datoru izslēgt.
Labi.
Basketbolists. Nē, viņš pie viena, pie otru.
Nu, normāli.
Tu izslēgt.
Es izslēgšu, neuztraucies. Man vajag ādu.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
We're starting to get some early answers on this year's big questions in the NBA season. And here to tell us what it all means are the experts. Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. I'm just your... Huh?
No one's an expert.
Well, you guys try. Tonight, it'll be the Dallas Mavericks up against the New York Knicks. For New York, nice job they've been doing over the last 10 games. 8 wins and not having too many problems. Bay point, Kenny. Still a lot of games left on the schedule. How do players cope with the wear and tear in their bodies?
Neinteresē tie tīmi. Būtu nav sports, tā es skatītos.
You know, you could sit there and all of a sudden you misquote things, you missay things. Here on the analyst desk, on the basketball court, that's turnovers, that's missing assignments, missing rebounds. Same thing. Like, I know this is our, 82nd game this year. You're starting to feel a little bit. That's how those guys feel.
I didn't know the midpoint was the 82nd game, but anyway, injuries start to
Basketballist.
No, but we've done 87 second 2 games. Doesn't mean
Can't
team.
split.
We've done a lot of games in our role here in the...
Right. We get 2 games a night, remember?
Here on the set.
Yeah, anyway, I was saying the injuries, they start to take a toll. Not just the big ones, the little ones. Type of injuries I hate are the freak injuries. One time, Ernie, I was walking with my shoes off, stubbed my toe.
That's called barefoot.
That's a freak injury. Stubbed my toe, is out for 6 weeks. So you're going to get rest, eat well,
Well, if you kick a
ice
brick
those
wall,
knees,
that's not a...
and man up.
Tas jau ir, man liekas, visos.
Here's Kevin Harlan.
Katrā tīmā tādas ir. Blīn, vecīt, nemāc man, es taču esmu professional.
New York City. What a great view in the bright lights of the Big Apple. Welcome, everyone. Let's get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports.
Viss ir izplānots.
Joined in the booth with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. The Knicks here to defend home court, playing host to the Western Conference. And this is the first time they've matched up with the Mavericks this year. They took the loss in this East versus West matchup during the regular season last year, dropping both games.
An interconference game here, just a 2-game season series. Yeah, you know, you want to make every game count. Take care of business and give yourself a chance to sweep.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. On the floor for Dallas.
Labi.
Williams is out there with Matthews. Then it's Bogan. Then there's Harrison Barnes. And it's Nowitzki in at the 4 spot. Derrick Rose has certainly piled up the awards for such a young player, starting with Rookie of the Year, the 111 first place votes, only 5 for the runner-up. We know Finals MVP, and that just shines out so brightly for him.
And how about he and Michael Jordan, the only MVPs in Chicago Bulls history?
You know, looking back to Rose's MVP award, his stats were on another planet that year. He was only the 3rd player to record 2,000 points and 600 assists in a single season since 1973. The other 2, LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
Second free throw, no good.
You know, in talking about D-Rose, I don't think the individual awards mean much to him. He's about trying to help his team win championships. And that's the kind of mindset he has to continue to display. Not phased at all by having
šitiem zaudēt, šitiem lokiem nevar zaudēt, tas ir galīgi dūsti.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
That's tipped.
Nevis viņš nolaižos, bet viņam bļāviens bumbu nedos.
Anthony's shot is off.
And that's a well-contested shot.
Tas ir ticamāks variants.
He does not allow you to just get easy baskets. He's always going to make you work for it.
There's the pick. Pass to Lee. Gets a very good look and converts.
You can't give him that shot. A few open looks are all it takes to get him in the zone.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Now here is Bogut. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Dallas, no good that time either.
And the D does just enough to throw off his rhythm on that shot.
It's Noah with the drive. Anthony. Again, the miss by Anthony.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
Barnes with it. Now Anthony defending. Williams dishes to Barnes. Bounces high off the rim and drops. For the New York Knicks, they come in off a good outing against Milwaukee.
Their percentage from long range in that game was off the charts. It seemed like anytime the fans got a little hostile, they just started to take it up a notch from beyond.
The bombs were really
Es domāju, bļāviens, viņš jau nav nekas šodās, te Miličić, bļāviens, Kents.
And a fast break now for New York. Rose with the ball, and that one's good. 6 points for Carmelo Anthony.
They got themselves in front with some outstanding shooting right off the bat.
It's been a complete technical dominant performance out here. They are in a zone.
Now here's Bogut. 9-point game his last outing, and he banks in the layup. Bogut's got his first bucket of the night.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Here's Rose. Mavericks with the rebound. Defeated by the Wizards in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
And it wasn't just about the bad shooting. It was really more so about the bad offense. They just didn't execute well. The screens weren't there. The spacing was poor, and thusly the defeat.
Well, you've laid out a couple of the details that lead to good offense or bad if you don't execute. And shooting is just a product of not screening well and not moving the ball or players well. They didn't execute anything on the offensive end.
And some stats here. The scoring breakdown for New York.
Well, they've come out of that locker room with a hot hand. Those jumpers have been falling for them.
Also, guys, the passing has been terrific in the first half. They'll be happy with all those assists. And there was a question of whether or not Derrick Rose was able to get back to his former self. At times last season, you could see him back in that MVP form.
And Rose drops them both. And with Rose again, he showed flashes last season of his level of play, Clark, before the injury.
Yeah, exactly. And you hate to see any player go down with injuries, especially a talent like Derrick Rose. He still needs to show that he can regain that high level of NBA play for an entire season. I think that's just a matter of time.
Now Rose, following the three-point attempt by Wesley Matthews. Rose can't get that one to fall.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
Direkt nepierīl man. Blēdz, debīli.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Better to be
yes, good.
Sometimes, fortunately, they didn't get burned on that one. Already seizing control of this game.
Total control, Greg, and as well as they're playing at both ends, I look for this lead to get even larger.
Listen, the Knicks had a hard time scoring last year, just lacked any real presence in the paint, and lacking that paint threat makes things easier for the opposing defense.
Here's Williams. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. He feeds it to Nowitzki. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two. You know, the Knicks, they were second to last in field goal percentage from their front court.
Es iezaudēju viņiem, kas tam man darīt nav. Es taču teicu, ka jāmin ne tie invalīdi
teams. That poor field goal percentage shooting and being top 3 in field goal attempts on the year, not a good combination.
And Dirk Nowitzki last season, I felt like the first time we saw real signs of wear and tear from all the years of him playing. His field goal percentage, points per game, rebounds, all off his career averages. And that said, though, he's still a crafty, dangerous guy to have to go up against.
Now here's Nowitzki, following the miss by Carmelo Anthony. The baseline J. And the jam by Dirk Nowitzki.
Just a terrific effort on the offensive glass. That's how they're going to cut into this league.
And Greg, a dunk like that is sure to give them a spark.
Which is a spark they desperately need, Kevin. They've got to ramp up the intensity.
Here's Anthony. That's it, and that's his fourth basket of the night. He's taken 7 shots, a solid 57%. Going back to Nowitzki, his value at this point of his career cannot be measured by stats alone.
Exactly, and that's what wasn't there last year, that great team of guys around him, because that's really when he's at his very best.
Oh, viņiem ir puskīts brīvs un iekrīt. Oh. Bļā, Viljams savainots, o, vai labi.
No, to the contrary. They haven't provided much resistance at all. And in this game, you've got to play both ends.
Now here's Barnes. 8 points his last outing.
Oh, atdeva vēl bumbi, jūras, skudri jūras.
No one back to stop him. It's blocked.
Viņu mājas
And going out of bounds. Last touch by Barnes.
Jā, labs Bārni. Vajadzētu viņam algu uz puses apcirkt, tad vai labi.
To the right side. Here's Porzingis. That's in there.
Tā labi, blīn.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. And it's sent back by Bogut. And now the fast break. Matthews with the ball and the dunk by Barnes.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
The Knicks leading by 11. And here's Rose. Really played well against Milwaukee his last outing. And stolen by Nowitzki. Matthews against Anthony. Williams kicks to Nowitzki. Bangs home the trifecta. Nowitzki's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Mavs. The Knicks shooting 56% in this first quarter. Outstanding start for this offense. Rose attacking, and it's sent back by Bogut. Mavericks trail by 10, and it's time for an injury report. Now an update on Darren Williams from our Doris Burke. Doris, what'd you find out?
Well, gentlemen, I got a status report from Dallas's head athletic trainer. He told me that after taking a look at him, it's thankfully just a sore wrist. We're into the heart of the season now, and that's the last thing this team wanted to hear. That's going to make their winter just a little bit longer, guys.
All right, Doris, we will, of course, keep everyone updated as we find out more.
And you know what? He could have a long road ahead in terms of getting back on the court. But one thing we all know, he's never been shy of hard work.
No, he's not. I mean, he'll be doing everything he can to make it back as soon as possible.
And how about last year? Dirk Nowitzki jumping to 7th all-time in scoring. I mean, passing the great Moses Malone for that spot, and he surely will keep climbing this season.
That's good. And the Knicks lead by 9.
Just such a good shooter from that range.
And you factor in his height advantage, it's almost unfair.
Īstenībā loks man ir ciet, bet no labi, par to nerunās.
Here's Zeller, banked in off the glass. Well, with Nowitzki passing Malone and the scoring, as Greg was just talking about, Clark, you know, this is a guy that obviously has Hall of Fame written all over.
No question about it. First ballot in my mind, and he's got a game that stands the test of time because it's not predicated on athleticism. It's all skill-based.
Now here's Zeller. Now Stevenson. Nowitzki outside.
Agrāk Filbans gribēja Stevenson, Dallasā. Tagad viņš ir Dallasā.
And that's 13 points for Nowitzki.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Outside Jennings. Lee outside. It's back to Jennings. Just 4 to shoot. And here's Covington from the arc. Can't hit. Good D by Stevenson.
But sometimes it's more about what the defense is doing. On that possession, they were all over him on the perimeter.
Nowitzki for three. Another three for Dallas.
These defenders had better start closing out on those shooters.
That's 2 in a row, and we call that a streak.
Jennings dishes to Covington. There's a screen.
Ja, is het Cuban blin uz Twitter blin. You see, I have Stevenson on my team. You don't.
Down low. The Mavericks pull it in. Dallas with the ball. They're on a 16-4 run. Allen passes to Shorty. To the inside. Here's Zeller. And that misses. That would have put him up.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
Here's Lee. That's it. And it's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter.
Now here's Nowitzki. He's coming off a 19-point game against Washington. They push it up 4 on 3. Jennings kicks to Lee. Lets it go from deep. It's rebounded by Dallas. Nowitzki's got 4 rebounds in this game. Allen dishes to Stevenson.
Blin, Stevenson savu dzīvi neesmu
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly, and I'm not quite sure what his mindset was. That was just a terrible shot.
And really, that's what you want every time down the floor. A simple, high-percentage shot.
Dishes to Nowitzki. The feed to Stevenson. Nobody near Allen. That's good, and it's Stevenson with the assist. Allen's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Mavs made the playoffs again last season. 14th playoff berth for them in the last 15 years, and only the San Antonio Spurs.
Bļā, viss notiek te. Bļā, tais loks tikmēr vaļā. Ideāli.
And the number 2 seed, Houston, a good old Texas tussle between the 2 and the 7 seeds.
And the Knicks decide to take their first
viss
time out.
notiek, blin, tad dirks karsts. Viss čāri normāli, viss vīduši, viss notiek, un viss jākapā. Bārņus laukumā. Man ir Andors. Izdies reku, man ir smalbāls laukumā. Nereāls smalbāls.
1:24 left to play in the first quarter.
Un, bļā, šitā jā, jo šitas ir mūsdienu NBA. Smalbāls un dzīvi. O, šis iemetīs. Jā, tā kā jū. Nekas. Atspēlēsimies, izlabosim kļūdas.
Even if that hadn't happened, though, you got the feeling that they were overmatched against a red-hot Houston team.
Stevensons tev atlaidis. Viņam brīvu trūli mēs.
Clark for each and every rebound. They are not backing down.
4 dienas un varēs kārtēji treidot.
He hasn't yet put up any points in this one.
Un, bļā, man liekas, 40-gadīgais Alens vidēji 10 points pārmet.
I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
It's Allen with the drive.
Bļā, tu
Breaking that
sūti.
time from Jennings. The Knicks leading by 5. Lee kicks to Jennings. And it's blocked. But they'll get another chance. Dallas has gone 4 of 8 on their 3-point attempts, doing a lot of work from way outside.
Bļā, recīt Alens man trojki iemet. Bļā, viņš ir Kents.
Jennings against Stevenson. A 3 from Anderson. And it had it fallen, but it's offline. The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. It's the Knicks leading by 5. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break.
Bija man bazērs.
And we talked to Carmelo Anthony earlier, and he talked about how this team has
Start
improved
tur
their play of
bija,
late.
ne bazērs.
We got back to trusting one another on both ends of the court, you know, having the confidence for one another. So, you know, as a result of that, we've been winning basketball games. And, you know, the game became a lot more fun once again for everybody.
Well, it was nice to see Carmelo healthy for a while last season, but not a lot of fun for first-year coach Derek Fisher as the Knicks finished with their worst record in franchise history after Carmelo was able to go only for 40 games.
That was tough. I mean, but there's no time.
Bля, Deron, kas tu par traumu joptoji? Rādīs, nerādīs. Kaut kas bija. Sore right wrist. Skaidrs. Un dzīvotais būs Haroču.
In this league to dwell on the past. It's just like he said, you need to get trust and confidence back between you and your teammates. And when they do that, I think Melo and his teammates can thrive.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start.
Looking
at what we've seen from the Knicks so far, what do you guys think?
I just really like what we're seeing from a defensive standpoint, forcing a lot of turnovers with those quick hands.
Yeah, those active hands, Greg, have produced a number of steals early. They've been very aggressive.
They've got Anderson. Harrison Barnes is out there with Bogut. Then it's Williams. And it's Matthews in at the 2 spot.
He could have forced a tough inside shot, but made a terrific kick out to find the open jumper instead.
Small ball, mouse, nereāli plāp.
Gets it to go. And 12 points for Carmelo Anthony.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. Real nice lift.
Finished off by Bogut.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
It could be, Kevin. I mean, a dunk like that can sometimes get an opponent reeling.
Good. 14 points for Carmelo Anthony.
He's got some serious momentum going right now. He's been great all day. Even last game, he was on fire.
Williams passes to Anderson. Here's Barnes. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
And some of Harrison Barnes' teammates have referred to him as the senator because of the way he carries himself. And, you know, a very level-headed, dignified young man. And just he has an air about it.
Da parasto, ko tu domā? Galīgi dulsēs.
Shooting two.
Man tur neko krutu nevajag. Man galvenais, lai spēle būtu.
And he knocks down the first one. And Harrison Barnes at times has been criticized in the past for not being more Clark assertive on the court.
Well, you know, it's interesting. He had to weather the pressure of expectations since high school. I mean, people were comparing him to Kobe Bryant back then, but HB can't get caught up in that. He's got to be true to himself. You know what I tell guys? Do you.
Yeah.
Do you.
Mavericks last season, Clark, were very tough down the stretch in games, and a lot of players that shined all the time during crunch time.
Well, when you've got guys like Dirk and Monte that can create their own shot, it gives you a chance to win close games. It's a big reason they were 6-0 in overtime games, in my opinion.
Mavericks trail by 6.
Karameļu Antons, blin. Iesauks aita.
Stolen by Rose. And now the Knicks on the break.
Antoni
And Anthony with the basket on the assist by Rose.
Blin, kāpēc Andersona number 2
Carmelo Anthony.
Viljams Stevensona pa kaklu tu dabū. Jau ierodas, jau sabojā man
I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
And the basket by Bogut.
And the Mavs won close ones, as you said, but they knew how to close games out in general. 36-2 last year when winning going into the fourth quarter.
Now here's Anthony. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
Es domāju, ka to nebija nesavāks, jo tas būtu
I mean,
tehniski.
to see him operate their offense that way
Pār
was a
Antonijam.
breath of fresh air.
Right back to the basics there, using the one-hand slam for that.
Doesn't he make the basics look pretty
Nē,
exciting?
Antonijam nebija šī spēle.
Oh! Better stay with those basics because this game is still yet to be determined.
Well, I tell you, that's what veteran teams do. I mean, they close out games. They know how to finish. The Mavs have the leadership and presence to not let any lead slip away by being inattentive to details.
Mavericks making a switch here. Nowitzki's checked in. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. Williams dishes to Nowitzki.
Vispār.
Poke loose. Stolen by Noah.
Viens noāktu atraucē.
And a fast break now for the Knicks. Rose with the ball. Good. And now it's an 8-point Knicks lead.
I tell you what, I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders. They're not getting the job done.
That's Dirkam iedos par žingiem sodu vajag.
At the rim. Here's Nowitzki. Second shot opportunity. It's deflected, and they'll keep possession. Tries yet again. He lays it in. Nowitzki's got 18 points in the game.
Es nezinu. Varbūt jākalalies varētu.
Second chance opportunities there.
Es jau teiktu, ka Dallas vinnēs to titulu.
Will absolutely derail a team's chance to win.
Anthony against Barnes. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Dirk Nowitzki. And now just a 4-point New York lead. For New York, they've gone 6 of 8 from the field in the second quarter. Rose kicks to Anthony. Outside Jennings. No good. Now Dallas takes it the other way. Now the Mavericks moving it up. Here's Barnes. It's blocked. And that'll be Dallas as it goes out of bounds. Mavericks retain possession. And it's the Mavericks with the ball, trailing by 4. Nowitzki draws the double. Rebound by Rose.
You won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
That's good. 20 points for Carmelo Anthony.
I don't think they can ask much more of him than what he's done this quarter.
Nu, teica, ka reāli ir ritīgi spēcīgi. Tie čaļi ir ritīgi spēcīgi. Kā tie kļūda man.
Noah with a
Pēc vismaz labi ir pirkās.
Anthony drawing the double team. Here's Noah.
Bļāviens arī ir pie Jeffersona. Bļāviens 7 gadā Jeffersonam. Tikai 7. Iedomājies, viņš taču arī. Viņš taču reāli arī varēja. Bļāviens tā kā, es nezinu. Šies. Mozgovs, blin, 16 ģimis. Viņš varēja mierīgi to izdarīt.
Now here's Barnes. Guarded closely. Anthony with the defensive effort. To the paint. Porzingis can't hit.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
You know, that's a case there, Kevin, of him making a pass to a spot, and then he let his teammate run right into it. Well executed.
Anthony with the pass to Porzingis. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. Anthony's got 4 assists now tonight.
Making 10 of their last 12 points coming off assists.
You have to love the ball movement.
And the call will be against Darren Williams. That's his first foul.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
No question about it. No flop there. That was a direct shot to the chest.
Courtney Lee, he's checked in for New York. Tyler Zeller's checked in for the Mavericks. Lance Stevenson comes in for Harrison Barnes. Now here's Lee. 23 points for him the last game against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
Yeah, but he set up shop at the free throw line. I mean, he just could not be defended out on the floor.
And that's collected by Nowitzki. Nowitzki's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Here's Stevenson. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
Bля, tu Porziņš ir esnais. Bля.
6 on the shot clock.
Aha.
It's rebounded by New York. Noah's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Lee passes to Porzingis. Anthony kicks it to Noah. The kick out to Rose. Missing that scoring opportunity, having a bad 3 for 9 shooting night.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Over in the corner, Matthews. Fades and shoots. Good. Matthews has got 4 points in the quarter.
I tell you what, fellas, he loves those mid-range jumpers. I mean, that's where he makes his money.
Rose kicks it to Noah. Here's Porzingis. Got it. Now 3 for 5 from the field.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Matthews dishes to Nowitzki. It's blocked. And now the fast break, Anthony with the ball. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a triple line to shoot 2.
Some good play from Rose in this one. He has 9 points and a huge helping of assists.
Viena lieta nozīmē pelnījuši, otra lieta izcīnīt.
The band leader, Clark, and this offense has really performed at a high level.
He's shooting free throws, number 4 in 5 here.
And from the line thus far, how about 83% on the season? Outstanding.
And fellas, I think you have to like his improvements over his free throw numbers from a year ago. It's not a significant number or a huge amount,
MVP
but it's improvement nonetheless.
The free throw drops for Rose. Last season ended with the Knicks pretty much packing it in, but Clark, it didn't
Blazers, es domāju,
you know
līdz...
what? Not at all. I mean, the Knicks were
No pirmo kādu Blazers var paņemt, otro es neticu.
Clearly things did not go as planned.
Catching up on the changes for New York, Kyle O'Quinn is checked in for Noah. Thomas comes in for Porzingis, and Robert Covington subbed in for Carmelo Anthony. That misses, so he splits the free throws.
And it became clear that thinking about the Knicks again, I mean, it made sense for a team with injuries and being in disarray on the floor.
Bļā, MAVERICKS līdz finālam tik.
You know, kind of packing it in for the sake of being better in the future can possibly work in New York for a year or two.
MAVERICKS 8. seeds.
The media will eat you up there.
Tiek līdz finālam. 2011. gadu atkārto. Kubans izjauc visu tīmu atkal. Un dzīvi labi.
That can sometimes be the case when you're trying to learn the triangle offense, but they never seem to attack the rim at all.
Greg, as you mentioned, the Knicks very shy at going to the rim last year. Really could have used that dynamic among a lot of things to their game.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, think about this. The Knicks were last in the league in drives per game as a team. And so they struggled shooting. When they did attack the rim, only 42%. So those areas have to improve if this team wants to become competitive. Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one.
Jābūt reāli.
Any height disadvantage he had right there.
Now here's Nowitzki. It's deflected. And Dirk Nowitzki gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. New York leading by 8. Rose attacking.
Rose tu individu. Rozam rokas nav bijusi salauzt. Vajadzētu salauzt.
Not a great start for him in the first, but he's quickly starting to turn it around. Yeah, too many easy buckets coming from inside, and I think he wants to make that a point of emphasis.
I would certainly think so. I mean, if they keep giving up those kinds of easy looks inside, they'll be in big trouble.
Jā, mums jau Karijs ir pareizs. Mums jau Karijs pareizs bļāviens. Rose bļāviens, viņš grib, lai viņam rokas salauž bļāviens. Sezona nav, lai būtu viņam.
Get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. He made it look easy that time.
And O'Quinn kicks to Covington. Played in with
come on.
And the Knicks lead by 10.
Really good awareness right there on the assist.
Zini, kam augsts.
Here's Shorty, who's covered by Rose. Nowitzki against Thomas. Feeds it to Zeller.
Zeller's limitadas.
Allen inside the 3-point line. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. The Knicks leading by 10. Lee left side. The 10-footer. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Lee's got 13.
And really, he's just done a great job of finding the open man every trip down.
Boy, it sure has seemed as though he's done it every time. It's been an awesome display of passing for him today. Beautiful play by Lance Stevenson. He's as gifted a passer as we have in the league.
Here's Rose. Got a piece of it. They retain possession.
Es jau tev vecīt neteikšu, ko viņi precēsies. Tev labāk nezināt.
Passes it to Short.
Es biju galīgā šoktā, ka es to dzirdēju.
Stevenson outside. And another shot. Here's Zeller, and it's out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way. And here is our 2K leaderboard. These teams have been on fire over the course of the past 10 games. In third, the Knicks.
You have to be impressed with their shot selection. I mean, the discipline on that end and the unselfishness really is what allows those great numbers to show up.
Anderson, he's checked in for Dirk Nowitzki. There's 1:26 left here in the second. Rose with the ball. 14 points.
Es arī biju šokā.
Up and in.
Fucking Rose.
Rose has got 16 points.
And they are trying to put the hammer down, attacking the rim whenever they can.
Here's Shorty. He's covered by Rose. Shorty, the pass to Allen. Kicks it to Anderson. Now here's Zeller. Oh, Quinn defending. Clock is at 3. Inside. Here's Anderson. That one wide left. New York leading by 12. Outside Rose. Here's O'Quinn. Here's Covington. That one dropped for his second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
They're doing a really good
job.
That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area.
Now here's Anderson. Good D by Thomas.
And although he doesn't quite get the block, he does get the missed field goal attempt because of his ability to alter the shot.
Well, almost as effective as a block. I mean, made him completely change his release point, and I think that caused the miss.
Well, he knew how many inches he had over the guy. I mean, let's face it, good decision to just rise up and take the jump shot.
And so that's the end of the first half. Knicks lead by 13. And time now to go courtside as we send you
Tas ir normāli. Tas ir normāli.
Well, Carmelo, what allowed you to function so well offensively?
We got vets. We got guys that know how to play basketball. We come together as a team. We're doing that, and we're just trying to take it one day at a time. That's it.
Thank you for the time, sir. Guys, back to you.
Okay, Doris, much appreciated. And now for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hi again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Welcome to the halftime show on 2K Sports. A stellar first half for Carmelo Anthony. He had 20 points, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. It's really great to see him back to what appears to be top form coming off the injury. There's a sense of reassurance that he's healthy after the first 2 quarters back. Hey, big fella, what's your take on New York so far? Kenny, how do you think Dallas played?
Their lack of execution surprised me. You know, they had a lot of turnovers off sloppy ball handling, which goes back to the fundamentals. And I know we say it all the time, just make the simple play. And this is why. Without giving away possessions, they'd be a lot closer in this game.
And that's it for halftime as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
Galvenais ir nesatraukties.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters.
Melo having a terrific game. He has 20 points and 4 assists as well. He's a one-man wrecking crew out there.
Truly, they have no answer for him at all.
Anthony is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Derrick Rose. Then there's Noah. And it's Lee in at the shooting guard position. That's the 5 for New York right now. Now here's Matthews. The drive by Nowitzki. No good there off the double clutch.
And guys, Porzingis was almost a rookie last season, but he opted to pull out of the early entry and wait a year for this past summer's draft. It seems to have worked out for him as far as how his draft stock has changed.
Mavericks trail by 15. Right side, Williams. Nowitzki outside. To the wing on the left. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Barnes kicks to Williams. And he gets it to go. Williams has got his second basket of the game.
Getting the half off to a good start here already with some penetration.
New York moving it around. And the pass to Carmelo.
Oh, fuck.
Slams it one-handed. That's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
And he banks in the lead. And it's 8 points for Andrew Bogut.
If they think that kind of defense is going to get it done against him, they're mistaken.
Rose against Williams. And it's Rose penetrating.
The defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam. Williams, that's good.
One of the reasons they're behind is because we haven't seen enough of that. He needs to become a bigger part of the offense.
Pass to Porzingis. Anthony right side. Down low. Baseline jumper. And again, it's New York.
That would be 4 in a row for him now as they come racing out of the gate to start this second half.
Hard to believe this, but Carmelo feels as if he's been underrated as a superstar at this point in his career. And I'm sure there are a lot of conflicting opinions on that topic.
Brandon Jennings, he's checked in for New York. It's deflected. Bogut kicks to Matthews. Screen by Bogut.
Tāpēc viss tur baigi karināt prom. Skaidra, tā ir tagad. Šie ball.
Even when they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular.
Well, maybe, yeah, maybe this is the best time to do it.
I agree. I mean, now's when you need a spark, something electric to get your teammates fired up.
And a blazing start to the second half. They've hit all 5 shots.
Man tas rezultāts nepatīk. -15, 4 pa daudz.
Williams kicks to Matthews. The dish to Nowitzki. Williams sets a screen for Nowitzki. It's blocked. Dives for it. For New York, they've gotten every shot that dropped since halftime. They're 5 for 5 from the floor. It's Anthony. Anthony's got 10 points in the second half.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Now here is Bogut. 8 points for him. He kicks to Matthews.
Oh, yeah.
Nowitzki right side. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From 12 feet out. That doesn't go either for Nowitzki.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
Mavericks trail by 17. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Up top, Jennings. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. And it's Lee penetrating. Good.
Zaļa. Jā, nu, lai pierod jau.
To get that open shot.
Williams against Jennings. Nowitzki dishes to Williams. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Williams has got 8 points. The Knicks leading by 17. To the paint. Here's Porzingis. The shot's good on the assist by Jennings. Jennings has got 5 assists in the game. Dallas has gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them.
Viņi rādīs to bļāviens 14. gada puteni. Nopietni.
And Dirk Nowitzki gets the whistle that time. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
Yeah, man, it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
Here's Noah, and the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Nowitzki's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. And even 3-on-3 break. It's out of bounds. They are saying it was last touch by Lee.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Tādā ziņā. Skaidrs. Nu, pohuj nemāc aptraucies un, blēdz, dzīve būs baigi labā.
And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. That's on Joakim Noah. The #1 overall pick in 2005, Andrew Bogut. Great expectations, Greg, for the big Aussie coming in.
Yeah, I mean, a phenomenal rebounder and rim protector. He's got that high basketball IQ from a defensive standpoint. You know, and on offense, he averaged over 20 points a game in college. He's an instinctive passer, just not much more you could ask for.
And the Knicks making a change here. O'Quinn's checked in.
Brazīļiem, es negribu, lai Brazīļi viņā dzekti, blīn.
Man, that is a missed opportunity right there.
And he'll be the first to tell you, Greg, that's one he should have knocked down.
And that one's good, Barnes.
Blīn, es negaidīju, ka Barnīs tā iemetīs.
Going back to Bogut's fanfare entering the league, was 3rd in Rookie of the Year balloting. Then he went on to have some solid, if unspectacular, years. Though his shot blocking is always strong.
And just a little bit ragged defensively there, Clark.
Mavericks trail by 18. Williams kicks to Barnes. Stevenson outside. Pass to Williams. Jennings with the steal. And here we go. Lee heading to the hoop.
It's been a nice game for Lee. 15 points, and also those active hands of his have led to a pair of steals.
He can just change the game with his defense, and he's thrown off their rhythm completely the last several possessions.
The Knicks making a switch. Thomas is checked in, and then for Dallas. Zeller, he's checked in for Bogut. Anderson comes in for Wesley Matthews. And it's Shorty in for Darren Williams.
And guys, one thing people often forget to mention about Bogut, his pass. What sets him apart as a man is his vision. Whether it's from the high post, low post, he can create opportunities for his teammates.
Here's Shorty, covered by Anthony.
Viņš visiem baigies priekš no Ibrahimovičs. Es šito nesaprotu.
Picked out the pass nicely.
Yeah, well done to finish that one off.
The Knicks leading by 15. Anthony dishes to Lee. Here's the screen. Zeller with the double team. Here's O'Quinn. Here's Anthony. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
Robert Covington's checked in for Courtney Lee. Rail
is checked in for the Mavericks. Kolīgs jau viņš ir. To es arī atbalstu. Jā, tas ir krūts čels. Mēs pagājušajā sezonā mūs vispār, man liekas, nebija normāls uzbrucējs, kas gols sit. Tāpēc Ibrahimovičs jau ir, kā viņš ieradies, atšķiet, kā tie Kenā klaiži vienkārši, vai čāļi vienkārši. Bļaģi, Allen. Man sāc pievilkt.
Anthony, the pass to Jennings. Covington kicks to Anthony. Takes the 13-footer, and the foul on Kyle O'Quinn. That'll be his second foul of the game.
You know, right call. Gave the officials no choice there. I mean, they've got to make that call.
Yeah, I mean, he went chest first into the man in front of him. My goodness, I'm not an official, and I could have gotten that one right.
Stripped away. Covington dishes to O'Quinn. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for New York.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
Here's Shorty. He averages about 5
Kāda
points a game.
hārta, bļā, viņiem taču ir šīs ten
No good. Great D that time from Jennings.
Behejā, priekš kam viņam hārts, un hārts reāli uz beņķi negrib sēdēt. Tur ir hārts uz beņķi tur sēdēs. Viņš jau tāpēc jau grib prom no City.
Dallas has gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. And the basket by Stevenson.
An excellent display of passing out there, fellas. I mean, 8 of their last 10 points have been assisted on.
And they just keep finding the open man. And as they always seem to do, the Mavs feasted on the Eastern Conference last season. Dallas would end up with 50 wins on the year, and 21 of them coming against the East.
For New York, they have made 7 out of 9 when they've stepped to the line. As you said, the Mavs just taking it to the Eastern Conference. It's been that way for a long time, it seems. They've really clocked out that number.
Well, under the Mavs' current ownership, they have never had a losing record against the Eastern Conference, Kevin. Beating up the East is why they've been in the playoffs so much in the last 15 years.
Rose, he's checked in for the Knicks. Here's Shorty. He has 7.
Nu kā, viņi taču grib
He
bravo.
dishes it to Stevenson. Another miss by Stevenson.
The defense needs to play
Kur
tight on him,
Barcelona
and that's
nejūt,
exactly
ka
what they did
pārdos.
to force that miss. Well done.
And that one's good.
Dirsā šī
Just a
spēle.
great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
Nē. Hārts redz nemākot kapā tā. Nav viņa stils, jā. Nu, it kā jau runā, ka sleps varētu notikt.
Is the centerpiece of that franchise.
Bet, nu, es nezinu.
Over a decade.
Hārts Barstā negrib, tāpēc, ka tur atkal ir vācietis priekšā.
They'll start to have to build for the future.
Taču es saku, Hārtam ir 3 varianti. Liverpool, Everton vai Sevilla. Tie ir 3 varianti, kur viņš būtu pirmais numbers.
Here's Shorty. Ray Allen is on the wing. Stevenson against Thomas. Stevenson drives in. Can't get it to go. And New York the other way now.
And when you look at the Mavs, they have always built through free agency, still tinkered with the roster this season to get into a position to compete. Not having any lottery picks for so long has hampered their youth and development.
Now here's Rose. Following the miss by Lance Stevenson. Shot clock at 2. The tray. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks.
Milānai reāli ir šīs 16-gadīgais čalis. Un tas jau ir diezgan labs čalis. Viņš pat dahujā, man liekas, labāks par Hārti reāli. 16 gados jau.
Anthony against Allen. They shoot again, and it's good on the way in.
Kur Milāna, Inter vai? Ja tu domā Inter, tad es jau piekrīstu. Bet viņi nemaksās par Hārti.
They rarely have draft picks that help take the team to the next level, but they are in the playoffs, which is what every team wants to be part of.
For Dallas, they have not shot all that well from the free throw line, 6 of 11. That free throw good from Anderson. Joakim Noah's checked in for
Milāna, tad jau nē, viņi neņems Hārti. Viņiem nav vajadzīgs.
Both good from the line that time.
Viņiem savs talants jāattīst. Hārts tikai traucē.
24 seconds left in the third.
Es jau redzu, cik normāls. Kā Inters zaudē, tā zaudē.
Zeller grabs the board. Zeller's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Oh, that is just nasty.
About the athleticism on that finish. Oh, how about the look on the fans' faces? I mean, they are in shock.
Utterly astounding.
Guys, it's a one-man show, and a great one at that.
There's the steal.
Blin.
The 3 quarters of play all in the
Ja,
books.
ko es
And this
zaudēju.
one all but over
Jebā.
already. It's the
Nereāli ēd zeķi.
And we're rolling here again with the 4th quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know.
Man liekas, nekad vēl neesmu trešā līdz 4. ceturtdaļā soķi ielaidz. Jebā.
The Knicks leading by 21 on the floor for Dallas. They've got Nowitzki. Matthews out there with Darren Williams. Then there's Harrison Barnes. And it's Bogut in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
And an open path to the hoop there. Easy bucket. We've seen that.
Reāls Hārti gribēja cik gādus atpakaļ atteikt. Viņiem vairs Hārtis nav topā. Atletico, viņiem ir Oblaks. Oblaks ir daudz labāks. Es domāju, ka Oblaks ir daudz labāks par Hārti.
A one-man show offensively, and that's almost always good news for his team.
Williams kicks to
Oblaks
Nowitzki.
praktiski vēl vietējais produkts.
An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. 20 points for him.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Lee against Matthews. Here's Rose. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
There's got to be a wall of defense when it comes to attacking the paint. Plain and simple.
Bogut with a screen on Rose. And Williams, here we go. Noah with the block. Now here's Rose, the fast break opportunity. And then Thomas with the jam.
A splendid pass that time by Rose.
Dallas has gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. Nowitzki in the post. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
To jau viss zināja, ka zelts būs. Tas nav nekas jauns.
The 3-pointers have been dropping for him. He's got 3 of them.
And you know what, Clark? If you continue to shoot the way he is, he may have to become more of an integral part of their offensive scheme.
And a new group in for the Knicks. Boomer, he's checked in for Noah. Vujacic comes in for Thomas. Justin Holiday's checked in for Courtney Lee. And it's Rozier in for Derrick Rose. Passes to Porzingis. Holiday against Matthews. Here is Boomer. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop there with that one hand tomahawk slam?
Here's Rozier, defended by Gibson. New York moving it around. Vujacic the pass to Porzingis. Outside Holiday. Shot clock at 6. Here's Boomer. Yes, Holiday with the assist that time. Boomer's got 4 this quarter.
Outstanding entry pass there. He knew exactly where to go with the ball.
Gibson dishes to AC. He feeds it to Barnes.
And the Executive of the Year award is an honor. I mean, given yearly to the executive that was deemed to have had the best year with their roster, that is perhaps the hardest thing to evaluate.
Here's Rozier, defended by Gibson. Dishes it to Vujacic. The pass to Porzingis. And the layup's good on the glass.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Bļā, no muguras pieslīdēja. Gejs nolādētais.
Pass to Rozier. Beyond the arc. Vujacic's shot is off. The Mavericks have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the 4th quarter. And Gibson, here we go. Here's Nowitzki. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Nowitzki's got 26.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do
Es
even
nezinu,
more
mošķiet,
if they want to have a chance to get back in this one. Yeah, clearly a foul of frustration right there.
Not his best moment. Obviously,
Mošķi, man ir tūmā, es nezinu,
right now,
jāapskatās.
but
Apskatīsimies un tad jau zināsim kaut ko vairāk.
on your opponent with a poor foul.
And now the fast break. Matthews with the ball, and it's Barnes.
Le Bandit Kings.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case. It looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Wes Matthews, a hard-nosed player on the wing. Strong frame, and he really does put it to good use at both ends.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Hey guys, well, Kurt Rambis had some advice for the team in that last break. He said making sharp entry feeds, getting the ball into the post, and getting points in the low block is going to be critical the rest of the way. He also wants them to concentrate on working as a team at the offensive end. Passing, patience, and teamwork. Those were the messages. Gentlemen, some late-game adjustments that could prove crucial in the game's closing moments.
Pārāk spēcīgi laikam. Kaut kas nav.
Mavericks making a switch here. Gibson's checked in.
Come on,
and the
nopietni.
official signaled the backcourt violation.
Kādā
Be careful
veidā?
there.
Trying to come back, Kevin, and you can't afford too
Es
many
redzētu,
mistakes.
man
His fourth
sametīs būtu.
turnover
Es jūtu, ka kāds 140 man varētu
Lee
samest,
gets
tad,
to
ko es
Jennings.
rētu, blin.
Noah with a screen on Gibson. Jennings passes to Noah.
No, come on, no.
Getting close. Speaking of Matthews' strength, he really gets into you defensively.
Yeah, he wants to make you feel him. I mean, very physical. And offensively, he likes to post up and back down weaker, smaller defenders.
Parāda rasnēm Antonijam, bļā, kurš ir Kings, blin.
He will attack it with vigor.
And he gets the bucket. And 11 points for Bogut.
That's a heads-up play there on offense. The pump fake cleared the way for the nice layup.
The drive by Anthony. And it's sent back by Bogut. And it's out of bounds to the Knicks as New York retains possession.
Tā, blin, veci, zin kā, Koms met.
Screen by Lee.
Koms met tā, ka es nevaru iemest.
Anthony kicks it to Noah. It's hauled in by Bogut. Bogut's got his third rebound tonight. Gibson dishes to Bogut. Got a piece of it.
Fuck.
Anthony kicks to Jennings. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet.
And they've looked terrific in transition today. That's had a lot to do with their success.
Boy, it certainly has. I mean, they've done a really good job recognizing anytime they've had the numbers advantage.
Gibson.
And then they've taken advantage.
Bļā, viņš ir tik vasaras līgā Maviem vilk. Čals plosījās nereāli.
It's been kind of a gradual occurrence,
There's a
but I think it's
steal
clear
double
that
penalty.
analytics are here to stay in the NBA. Every team now has at least some vesting into the analytics area. Some base a lot of their decisions on the number side of the game. Others have a more balanced approach.
And here is
Pick and roll. Es vispār, man liekas, šo spēli, tāpēc, ka pick and rolls nespēlēju. Man liekas, tāpēc man neiet.
Gibson passes to Nowitzki. Puts it up from 12.
Kāpēc feidavējs nebija, blin?
The drive by Anthony, and it's Harrison Barnes with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
You know, another point of contention between every NBA fan is whether or not the age restriction is a good thing. Some want it increased, others want it gone altogether. For me, it's a matter of whether or not you as a team feel that that player can make an impact on your roster.
And Gibson, here we go. Allen dishes to Nowitzki. Nobody near Barnes. Good on the three-point shot. Barnes has got 11 points here in just the second half.
Guys, he shot a very good percentage today, and they've needed it.
And there are arguments, Clark, on both sides for the NBA and the age restriction it has currently right now. Having one seems to have helped the level of play overall, but I think there's some improvements that can be made.
Yeah, with the D-League coming into its own, though, Kevin, the discussion has opened up again. NBA teams used to not have a place for high school players. The D-League could serve in that regard now, but having a restriction is something that I think has helped the NBA. I actually would like to see it be 20 years old.
Me too.
No normāli nebrīvs pustiks aizkrīt garām no kompim damas, tāpēc iekrīt.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
Sasha Vujacic is checked in for the Knicks. And Dallas also making a switch. Anderson's checked in. Here's Jennings. Can't get it to go. Now Dallas takes it the other way. Allen outside to the middle. Anderson kicks to Allen. And it's off from three-point range. Knicks shooting has been outstanding in this game at 58%. The drive by Jennings. Feeds it to Vujacic. 6 to shoot. Here's Anthony. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. To the middle. Here's Anderson. And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
Great job to hit his teammate on that move, Kevin.
Anderson's gone 4 of 8 from the field. Kicks it to Covington. The dish to Anthony. Noah the screen. Pass to Jennings. The three. Again, Jennings missing.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall. Well, it seems like this is something we've said. But now we really feel like we're in a golden age for point guards. So many point guards on so many teams are the leaders and best players on their teams. You can name a dozen all-star level point guards in the league right now.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Porzingis comes in for Joakim Noah. And Thomas subbed in for Anthony. Here's Anderson. Down through the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor.
And since halftime, he has been a different player.
New York's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. To illustrate just how strong the point guard
neļaus. Domāju, ka speciāli kaut ko viņam ļauj iemest.
Just a look at the point guards who did not make the all-star team a season ago. Wow.
Es nesaprotu, kādā sakarā man starting line-ups atkal laukumā, blin, spēle zaudēts, blin, uzsūtas labiečāji laukumā vispār. Tas ir 2K. Man nav pat teikt.
Russell Westbrook, CP3 out west, John Wall, Kyrie Irving in the East. Boy, I could go on and on with the great players at that position.
Here's Nowitzki. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Nowitzki's got 10 points in just the second half.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
And he gets the bucket. Anthony's got 43 points.
That's what I call a captivating move there.
Incinerated
the D with that one.
Williams passes to Barnes. Good. The nice assist for Williams. Williams has got his 5th assist in this one. Barnes against Anthony.
Tas piecīnieks.
Shot from 16. It's rebounded by Dallas. Matthews has got his 3rd rebound tonight.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for New York.
But, Steve, you know, you don't see this kind of a blowout often. But tonight, this is a quality win across the board to deliver out, Clark, this kind of punishment to him.
Well, you know what? I thought they did a nice job of playing against the game. They kept the pressure on.
Tas tur bļabajas PG sajūties.
In every area.
And this will be a big win for them. Lucky win number 13 now in the bag.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And that next meeting, Greg, will be their 2nd and final game of the season series, being in opposite conferences. So you bet nobody wants to get swept even in a 2-game season series. I think the next game will be hotly contested.
A fantastic show.
Fuck.
And
Man,
what an
kāpēc
amazing
atkāpos?
all-around game it was for Anthony. He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
Here's Williams. No luck. So New York will take it the other way. 30 seconds left in the fourth. And the call will be against Darren Williams. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. We'll go to the line.
Vai lá.
And Anthony drops them both. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Shorty.
Nu, bļēdz, karamel būs MVP, kurā porziņas, tas taču vispār neko nav izdarījis.
16 seconds left to play in the final quarter.
Bļēdz, nu.
Barnes can't get it to go. Here's Rozier. So no problem for New York as they get the win. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far.
No question about it, Kevin. They certainly gave their fans plenty to scream and holler about. This place was rocking. It was on fire. And it only got louder as that lead got bigger.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, a nice win for you tonight, Joakim. What was the attitude of the team coming into this game and just in general?
Yeah, we played hard tonight. We're getting better. We're getting better.
Jēbal, reku skats, blin.
Work in progress. And, you know, we just got to keep fighting, and get as many W's as possible.
Congratulations, Joakim. We appreciate it. Guys, over to you.
Doris, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching. Now time to head over to the studio where the award-winning Ernie Johnson is with Shaq and Kenny, all standing by. Guys, take it away.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we have the opportunity to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Carmelo Anthony. He notched his season high, and his scoring really seemed to set the tempo for his team tonight.
What are your thoughts, Ken?
He was up in every single challenge he faced tonight. He was in such control of the ball game. His showcase of his skill set was awesome.
His accuracy from the field was pretty eye-catching.
Nost, ko mēs zaudēju, nu jā. Tad jau viss būtu kā vajag.
That's crazy high shooting percentage. Wow.
Ķipā.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the rest of the 2K
Sports crew. Es nezinu, varbūt 10, ne vairāk 12.
Night,
Šo nesūdu nevar iemest. Dirks ar viņu tik galā. Kur ir ponījis? 14 plus 9. Bļai 7 bloki, jebal. Ej, tu nost. Kas te notiek? Bļai, šitas te sprāgons. 11 pies, double. Bļin. Labi, kas manā tīmā te notiek. Nu te kā ir skaidrs viss, nu. Dirks Kings, nu, ko citu lai saka. Bļā, Bogut, nahuj tev 5 rebiņi tikai, veci, tu nav, bļā, sadzēries kaut ko tagad. Bogut, es ar tevi runāju. Bļā, čāls te baigi, ne, man nepatīk attieksme viņam. Kas bārnijam ir labs, bļā, bārnijas te tā mete, nemete. Baigi smāk bārnijam iet. Ko šitas Kents? Bļā, šitas Kents man met. Ko tas nozīmē? Labi, tas tā. Tas ar piespēlītēm. Normāli. Stīla blok. Kaut kas ir no blokiem. Turnover. Arī. Reku daudz. Haroči bai labi. Šitā bija laba spēle. Man patika. Čempionu cienīga spēle šitā bija. Tā. Tā, Deron down so right wrist. Karačs skaidrs. Kāds point guards uz mums no beņķa? Ai, gan. Gibsons. Bļā, veci reku pret Haukiem tieši, bet es viņu negribu spēlēt. Es gribu tās 4 dienas nosimulēt kārteri, ietreidot un, blīn, es nezinu, ko tad darīt. Kad ir vēl? Es teju pa spēlēm. Reku, 1. februārs pret Haukiem vēl. Varētu tādu fast simu uz priekšu, bļaņ, līdz šejienei. Tai vajag, blin. Nē, pēc zinu, ko es gribu zipāt nereāli, blin. Es gribu pret Čikāgas Bulls, bļā, kur veids ir. Ot, ko es gribu, vo to es čista gribu. Man nekas cits neuztrauc. Sezonai ir ātri jābeidzas. Jā, Derons taču apakaļ pareizi. Deronu no beņķi. Var arī no beņķi Deronu ielikt, nav problēma. Lai Makonels kapā, blin, viņš jau lakus lieks. Alens, bļā, grib 3-1 minūte. Bļā, what the fuck, kā tās minūtes man te tā var sadalīties tagad? Man jau tā jau ir jau, bļā, 1 minūtes nereāli nolikts. Šito ciru tāpat es treidoju prom. Kaut kā šidā. Tā mēs jau, blin, kārteri ietreidos, es tā ceru, ka sanāks. Un tā jau baigi labi man viss būs. Iesvecīt, tā. No, šitā. Šitā. Bļā, Hauks vinnējām. Bļā, mums tagad kāds vinstrīks tagad sākas, ko tas nozīmē. Gibsonam kaut kas jāiedod, 27. Tas būtu 13. Labi, ir šitā. Nu, kas te var šitam? Nē, pa daudz. Andersons. Iedos Andersonam. Un varēja īstenībā Zelleram iedot. Un arī šitā. Bļēt, sēb bali jau. Cik var? Very satisfied. Yes, plus 7 trust. Ideāli. Ideāli. Bļēns, mums tā kāds winstrīks. Smālbals iet pa gaisu, bļāviens. Fuck. Fuck. Dzīve ir suts. Bļēdz, tā neparedzēta apstākļi tagad gadījās, jopt, vai mat. Kāds PO, bļēs, kārteni nedabūšu tagad. Man jau iedošu kādam cirakam uzspēlēt. Kuzminskas mēs iedos uzkapāt. Bļē, bogut vecit, nu. Bļā, kas tev sāpakal? Cik nebūs. Mums ir jākapā, jātrenējas, jāsvīstē. Tā neies cauri. Oh, vai labi, they don't sign it. Makonels vēl nav apakaļ, vai labi. Neko darīt. Tāpēc man ir mazais Gibsoniš. Iedos tev, bļēdz, full time, bļin, viņš varēs paskriet? Nevarēs, netic. Tā, 30, nu. Domāju, Makonelam jādod. Pagaidām šitā kaut kā jāmēģina izdzīvot. Bļā, rei vecīti, nekāds intensity nebūs zemāks. Kaut gan es it kā varētu atļauties pēc back-to-back gameiem noņemt nost. Fuck, man nekārās games tikko. Ēdirst. Čista. Nē. Moškā aizies. Karoče, spēle nokārās, dzīvi labi. Un jā, būs pēc tam, jā, tur bija apakaļ viss.